Alrighty guys, I'm back and let's move on to example 3. It says identify the perfect square. Determine whether the number is a perfect square. Okay, so what we're going to be looking for here is, are there two numbers that are the same to get to 64? Okay, are there two numbers that are the same that multiply to get to 64? And the answer for letter A is yes, because 8 times 8 fell on the floor, pick it up, it's 64. Okay, and a perfect square where this comes in is if you were to take 8, my pen's going weird again. If you were to take 8 and square it, okay, here's that squaring term, that would mean 8 times 8, just like we have over here, and that gives us 64. So yes, 64 is a perfect square. Okay, then on to letter B, 20. Are there two numbers that are the same that we can multiply to get to 20? And if you haven't come up with anything, that's good, because our answer is no. There are not two numbers that are the same number that multiply to get to 20. So 64, yes, is a perfect square. 20, no, it is not a perfect square. Again, we're to one of the on your own sections here. So if you would pause the video and try out 3 through 10 here and see how you do. Okay, hopefully you've got 3 through 10 finished now. Let's see if you got the correct answers. So here we're finding the value. So again, this is the answer. 6 times 6 times 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. And then that times another 6, you should hopefully come up with 216 bucks, my answer. Number 4, 9 squared means 9 times 9, giving us 81. Number 5, I've got 3 to the 4th power, which means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. You see 4 3's here. This 3 times 3 would be 9, and this 3 times 3 would be 9. So 9 times 9 would be, again, 81. And lastly, for number 16, we've got 18 squared. So 18 times 18. Okay, if you were to work that out, hopefully you'd come up with an answer of 324. All right, so these are where you're finding the value of these powers. 7, 8, 9, and 10 then would be, is it a perfect square? And these are just simple yes, no questions, okay? So number 7, 25, is this a perfect square? Yes. Again, because 5 squared is 25. 5 times 5. Number 8, 2. Are there two numbers that are the same that multiply to get to 2? No, there are not. To add, yes, but not by multiplying. Number 9, two numbers that are same that multiply to get to 99. Again, that would be no. And number 10, 100. Is 100 a perfect square? Are there two numbers that are the same that multiply to get to 100? Yeah, 10 and 10. So number 10 would be yes. Hopefully you did okay there. Let's move on to our last example of this lesson. Example 4 says a Monopoly board game is a square with a side length of 20 inches. Okay, I have a picture here for you, but a lot of times, like in an assignment or test, they don't. So it might be helpful just to draw a square. Okay, it says this length from one side to the other is 20 inches. And one thing we know about a square is that each side is the same. So this side would be 20 inches. Okay, and the top and this right side would also be 20 inches, but we don't really need to know that. So it says, what is the area of the game board? So if we're talking about the area of a square, that area would equal one of the side lengths. squared. Very similar to a rectangle. It would actually work here, length times width for a rectangle, but we'll just use this one here of one side squared. So area equals my one side I know is 20 inches, and I need to square that. Okay, so that again means 20 times 20. Well, 2 times 2 would give me 4, and then I have 2 zeros to come up with a total of hopefully 400. And then make sure you're not forgetting your label. It would be inches squared. Box my whole answer here. 400 inches squared. Great. And we're done. So hopefully the notes for this section made sense. If you have more questions, as always, please come and talk to me. I'd be happy to help you. We will talk to you later.